The Borsuk will be the primary vehicle of the mechanized infantry of the Polish land forces, which has become the most crucial and powerful NATO army in Europe in recent years. It symbolizes many changes and gives us some clues about what the world would be like in the new era, which we refer as the Second Cold War. As the weapon detective, we're now investigating the Borsuk, the new right-of-the-wing hussars. The Borsuk marks a significant shift in the Polish defense industry's ground vehicle branch, which is mainly known for its licensed manufacturing activities since the 1950s. Some domestic products have been nothing but locally improved versions of other nations' systems. Of course, Poland has developed many indigenous pieces of equipment, but they have rarely been heavy war machines or produced in large quantities. Except for some of its subsystems, the Borsuk is a pure-blood Polish. The story of this armored infantry fighting vehicle, or AIFV for short, began in 2014 when Warsaw authorized the Nowe Bojowe Pluwa Jońcy Wóz Piechoty Borsuk program, meaning New Infantry Amphibious Fighting Vehicle Borsuk, to replace the obsolete BWP-1s in the inventory. In October of that year, the Polish National Center for Research and Development, which is responsible for national policies on science, innovation, and technology, signed a contract with leading local defense companies and academic institutions for developing the new AIFV. The leader of this consortium, Huta Stalowa Wola SA, or HSW for short, unveiled the first technology demonstrator of the Borsuk at the MSPO 2017 exhibition. The following year, the prototype, featuring numerous improvements different from the demonstrator, underwent its first series of factory trials. It completed a comprehensive set of user trials in 2020, while HSW simultaneously began preparing the technical documentation for production. Poland ordered 4 additional prototypes in 2022. After the vehicle passed the qualification trials, the procurement agency of the Polish Ministry of Defense signed a framework agreement with HSW for the delivery of over 1,000 Borsuk AIFVs and around 400 mission-specific variants using the same chassis on February 28, 2023. On March 27, 2025, Poland ordered the first batch of 111 vehicles. On December 4, 2025, PGZ announced the delivery of the first 15 serial production Borsuks IFVs to the Polish Armed Forces. It is expected to be completed by 2029. In the future, the Polish land forces will also operate the Osset Command, Zhuk Reconnaissance, Gekon Recovery, RSCBRN Reconnaissance, Gotham Medical Evacuation, and M120G mortar carrier variants, which are currently under development. Additionally, the Yodva engineering version of the Borsuk will include the GTRI Engineering Reconnaissance, GTWI Engineering, TMN Mine Scattering, and PTI Amphibious Engineering Transporter submodels. The Borsuk is a modular vehicle, making it easy to implement potential future modernizations. This design also facilitates maintenance and repair. The hull is constructed from welded Armox 500T steel plates arranged to function as spaced armor. According to official sources, the basic hull frame can withstand 14.5mm armor-piercing rounds on the front arc and 7.62mm armor-piercing rounds from the sides and the rear. Additionally, the Borsuk is also fitted with applique armor, which can elevate the protection level to withstand rounds of up to 30mm. The vehicle features side skirts and is resistant to landmines with explosive equivalents of 8 kg of TNT. All seats are blast attenuating. Along with passive protection, the Borsuk is equipped with the Obra 3 soft-kill active protection system, which includes 4 laser detector sets, each with 3 detectors, a control unit, and 8 launchers for the GAK-81 phosphorus multispectral smoke grenades. Its detection angle is 360 degrees in azimuth and ranges from -6 to +30 degrees in elevation. To enhance situational awareness, the Borsuk is equipped with the SOD omnidirectional observation system, which comprises 3 camera modules, an image processing unit, a control computer, and display screens. Each module consists of 3 daytime cameras and 3 night vision cameras. Thanks to its network-centric warfare capability, the AIFV can transmit and coordinate information between different turrets, as well as communicate with various types of unmanned aerial vehicles, thereby further enhancing situational awareness. It is capable of operating in a CBRN environment. The stabilized ZSSW-30 turret of the Borsuk is remotely controlled, meaning the commander and gunners sit inside the hull. The first has the GOD-1 Iris and the second has the GOC-1 Nika sights. Each consists of an eye-safe laser rangefinder as well as daytime and thermal optical channels and is integrated into the fire control system. The commander's GOD-1 is located on the turret top in an armored cover. It provides a 360-degree horizontal view and angles from -20 to 60 degrees in elevation. The gunner's sight can be depressed and elevated between -10 and +60 degrees. It is mounted on the left side of the turret and is covered by an armored door when not in use. The ZSSW-30 is also equipped with an auxiliary optical sight for emergencies. The Borsuk has hunter-killer engagement capability and high accuracy against moving targets from both moving and stationary positions. The main armament, the 30mm Mark 44S Bushmaster II chain gun, features a dual-feed system with 300 ready-to-fire munitions. It has a rate of fire of 200 rounds per minute with standard ammunition, which drops to 120 rounds per minute when using programmable airburst munitions. The effective firing range of the Mark 44S Bushmaster II is 3,000 meters. The barrel can be elevated or depressed between -9 and +60 degrees, allowing it to engage low-flying aerial targets effectively, as well as in urban and mountainous areas. The ZSSW-30 also has a coaxial 7.62mm UKM 2000C. The crew can reload the autocannon and the machine gun from the inside. The turret also features two Spike LR launchers mounted on the right side. The anti-tank missile has a maximum range of 4,000 meters in manually guided mode and 4,500 meters in fire and forget mode. It can penetrate more than 700mm thick rolled homogeneous armor. The crew reloads the launcher through a hatch located at the rear of the vehicle. The hydropneumatic suspensions of the Borsuk provide excellent cross-country mobility. The AIFV can be fitted with either steel or composite rubber tracks. The latter significantly reduces vibration, thereby increasing crew comfort as well as electronic and weapon calibration times and life cycle. The AIFV is fully amphibious, capable of moving in water at a speed of 8 km per hour. The Borsuk has a 3-person crew consisting of a commander, gunner, and driver. It can carry up to 6 soldiers. The AIFV has a length of 7.6 meters, a width of 3.4 meters, and a height of 3.34 meters. Its combat weight is 28 tons. The 530 horsepower MTU 8V199 TE20 turbo diesel engine provides a road speed of 65 km per hour. The Borsuk has a range of 550 km. The amphibious AIFV can negotiate 0.8 meter vertical steps and 2.6 meter trenches. Despite the catastrophic destruction of the Second World War, Poland still had a fair level of production capacity and possessed a skilled labor force in 1945. The country quickly recovered its industries and started manufacturing many Soviet equipment under license as the First Cold War emerged. These efforts proved particularly successful in the aviation sector, where Poland developed several indigenous planes and helicopters, securing a respectable market share. However, by the end of the First Cold War, the Polish defense industry had not achieved the same level of success in the ground vehicle sector. In fact, the late 1980s marked a pivotal turning point for Poland. Although it could not introduce entirely indigenous vehicles, the country was now developing locally improved variants of the T-72 and MT-LB. However, with the disbanding of the Warsaw Pact, Poland's security and industrial priorities shifted. Poland decided to integrate with the Western political, economic, industrial, and military system. Such a radical transformation would inevitably be painful. In 1999, Poland was among the first 3 countries to join NATO following the end of the First Cold War. While they accepted the bitter pill of Westernization, the Poles preferred a more balanced approach compared to the Czechs and Hungarians. They continually modernized their military industry and developed various systems, although many of them never reached the mass production stage. Nevertheless, Poland succeeded in selling the PT-91 to Malaysia. The Polish land forces generally settled for limited modernizations. The most notable improvement was the Patria AMV produced under license as the KTO Rosomak. Supporting the US war on Afghanistan and Iraq created a new market for the sector. Furthermore, the country modernized its Leopard 2 fleet and developed and manufactured some armored vehicles. These initiatives have maintained the viability of the defense industry. This model has never been outstanding, but it has proven successful. Poland has recovered its economy more effectively and maintained its military industry more efficiently compared to the other former Eastern Bloc countries. When the eternal existential threat re-emerged in the East, the country was well prepared both economically and industrially. Following the invasion of Ukraine, Poland swiftly became one of Europe's major military powers. It started producing tanks and artillery systems under license in large quantities, something that neither Germany, France, Italy, nor the UK, the so-called leading powers of Europe, can even envision economically or industrially. And then Poland has finally taken the next step. It began to produce a domestically developed major weapon system in large quantities. When we say large quantities, we do mean it. Unlike in Western Europe, where selling a few hundred vehicles is considered a significant achievement. Let's ask the typical Hollywood question. But what's the catch? Poland will acquire 1,400 Borsuks, 111 of which have already been ordered, to operate them alongside the K2 PLs and Leopard 2 SPLs. The brigades equipped with these vehicles will serve as the main maneuver forces on the wet and soft terrain of the region, divided by numerous water obstacles. On the other hand, the Polish land forces will also acquire heavy AAFVs as a part of the Ciężkie Pływające Wóz Piechoty or CBWP program. Unlike the Borsuk or KTO Rosomak, these new vehicles will be non-amphibious and operate alongside the heavy M1 Abrams. Here is the catch. While Poland has made significant progress with the locally developed Borsuk, it may opt for licensed production for this project. Of course, the Army is also considering the locally developed Universal Modular Tracked Platform family based on the WPB Anders and the Ratel based on Borsuk for this requirement. The Ratel, unveiled at MSPO 2025, will be capable of transporting 8 troops instead of 6 while offering a higher level of protection and equipped with a 40mm main gun. It will be considerably heavier than the Borsuk with a gross vehicle weight of up to 48 tons and will therefore be powered by a 1070 horsepower engine. As mentioned, Poland is also willing to adopt foreign systems within the CBPW program. Even PGZ, the parent company of Borsuk's manufacturer HSW, announced that it would obtain a license for the heavy Lynx KF-41 chassis from Germany. Other candidates include the AS-21 Redback from South Korea and Tulpar from Turkey. If Poland chooses to produce one of these foreign vehicles under license, it will undoubtedly be a step backwards for the national defense industry. Even discussing such a scenario is naturally confusing. Why Poland does even consider the possibility of stepping back? Is the level of the Polish defense industry not as good as it's claimed to be? Will Poland order the subsequent batches of the Borsuk after delivery of the first 111 vehicles? Under these circumstances, will Brazil and Romania, potential customers of the AAFV, reconsider their decisions? As an audience, it is natural to expect answers to these questions from us. However, we cannot give them just yet. It is still too soon and not enough information is available. For now, we can focus solely on discussing potential issues that might occur in the future. Thanks for watching our video. And please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button to be notified of our new videos. Also, you can now click the join button to support our channel. And as always, we would greatly appreciate all of your likes, comments and shares.